Tuesday. We're here at Disney's All-Star Resorts, and we are starting at All-Star Movies. So I do want to show you the train before we go for a little tour outside. Super cute with Ruiz. Let's take a look at this tree while people start to join the stream. I love all the decorations on here. Good morning. Very on brand with the movie theme. Let's continue looking and see what other decorations they have. All right, there's a lot of people up and at it already today. It's been pretty busy here. Oh, I always like to take a look at the activities board here. Hey, Captain Kirk, good morning. Here on Thanksgiving weekend. Yes, it's a great resort. I love that they're all connected. You can see tons of different decorations and different theming. Let's go outside. It's a little chilly this morning. In the 50s here in Orlando. So bundle up just a little bit. Nothing too crazy. Got my hat, got my North Face. I'm ready. I'm ready for this. People ready for their day. Right. Let's go outside. Let's get in that pool today. But it's so nice. Love all the theming here. I'm gonna zip up my coat. It's a little windy. But let's take a peek at the pool. It's open from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Gotta love it. Super cute. But I want to thank you all for being here on this beautiful Tuesday morning. I apologize for not streaming yesterday. It was kind of a crazy morning, but we're here today. Didn't want to completely skip the stream this week. I wanted to make sure that we were able to chat and connect. Sorry, I'm just sipping on my coat. There's my mom in the morning. She's texting me during the stream. She knows what time I'm going live. All right. Here we go. Going on our walk. So I am going to take you around this resort. We'll head to All-Star Music, and then we'll end in sports. Maybe we'll, depending on the time, we might walk back and do another lap, but we'll see. See how it goes. But yeah, we're in All-Star Movies. I'm going to take a look at the theming, see if we can spot any more Christmas decorations, and we'll have a nice transformative Tuesday. Hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. You're ready to start the week out strong. But I want to, like I said, acknowledge you for being here, taking time out of your Tuesday, out of your morning, just for you. Pat yourself on the back. You're doing a good thing. You're starting your day out on a positive note. Maybe you'll learn something new. Maybe you'll look at something in a different way. Hopefully you walk away from the stream with some fun little takeaway. All right. So we are going to talk about the book that I'm reading, The Mastery of Self. I have some exciting news that we're going to chat about at the end of the stream. But yeah, if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you've been here a while, welcome back. Glad to have you here. Oh, look at the sky. It looks gorgeous. If you're new to the stream, near a location in Atlanta. Next week, we're actually going to be taking a walk around Celebration, and it's a neighborhood to Disney Resorts. It's beautiful. We're going to take a look at Christmas decorations around that area, and we're also going. That'll be my one-word stream. I'm very excited about that. We're going to have hopefully, some special guests will be appearing on that stream. I'm going to reveal my one word for 2026, and we'll talk about how you can select your one word and what that means and all that fun stuff for 2026. Very excited. So make sure you're subscribed and turn on the bell for all notifications so you'll be notified every time I go live. And I'm thinking that next week we might start the stream a little bit earlier, maybe around 6:10, 6:15, since I am going to be closer to my gym that I go to in the morning. So just be on the lookout for that start time. You can always watch the stream on a replay if you need to, or you can come late. You're not going to miss much. All right. These beautiful little flowers. But yes, thank you all for being here. If you haven't already, hit that like button. Please do. It's good karma. You put out, positivity into the world. It's going to come right back to you. All right. And I also want to thank my Patreons for being such amazing supporters in 2025. If you are interested in hearing more or learning more about how to become a Patreon, you can go to patreon.com/learningwithlau or learningwithlau.com. You can select the level that's right for you, or you can be a member on YouTube as well. And you can check that out in the description and my channel page. So that is that. We're going to be talking about the book, The Mastery of Self, and the full title is in the description below. Very excited to talk about this book. I mentioned last week on the stream that I did start it many years ago, but just like with other books, right? Just depends on the time of your life that you're reading it. And I believe that with fiction books as well. You could read something and 20 years later read it again and get a completely different takeaway from whatever it is that you read, because you know what, you're in a different place in your life. So for me, started reading this book, never finished it. I feel like now is the time to go back and really absorb everything that it has to offer. I'm very excited to share all of this with you. All right, and last week we talked briefly about attachments. We're going to talk about that in depth today. And we talked about the idea of domestication. All right, so when you are younger, right, when you're a child, you are learning new things, right? You're a clean slate, quite literally, and you're just absorbing everything from the world around you, the people that are around you. And as you grow older, you make a choice to either adopt those ideas that you had kind of like forced upon you as a child, or you can adapt. But if we don't have awareness of what those things are, they just become part of us without us even realizing. Just wanted to show you this cute little theming over here. We're gonna turn back around because we're not going to the parking lot. Okay, so in the book we talk about self-domestication, which is basically acting on beliefs that were imposed upon us as children. So that happens in the form of like rewards and consequences. When the person who thought those beliefs are no longer there, okay, that taught those beliefs are no longer there. So, for example, if you are, wait, hold on a second. Is the sound glitchy? I hope it's not. I'm sorry. Hi, Julio. Good early morning from California. 3:44 a.m. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Let me know if the sound is any better before I continue, because I don't want to get into all the good stuff and you can't hear me. Just let me know, because I can turn off the Wi-Fi that I think I'm attached to. Also, it could be the wind if the sound is going in and out. Sounds better. Okay. Perfect. All right. So again, going back to the idea of self-domestication is like your parents, your teachers, anyone in your family, anyone that's around you, like your child, they're imposing these beliefs um, and ideas on you as a kid, right? And there's no right or wrong, it's just how you were raised. But the idea of self domestication is basically when that person is no longer around you, but you still have those same beliefs um, or that thought process in your mind, and you're not aware that it came from somewhere else. It didn't come from whether you agree with it or disagree with it, right? And usually it comes in the form of like rewards and consequences. So, for example, the only thing that just came right to my mind is if you touch a hot stove, right, there is a consequence. Now you know not to touch this hot stove. But if there's a situation with your family, friends, maybe in school, right, you did something that others perceived to be wrong and you were scolded or penalized because of that, that could become a belief, right? Well, if I do this or if I act this way, I will get a negative reaction out of it. So that's kind of teaching you um, how to behave, right? So if we get more in tune with what those things are, what those beliefs or behaviors or ideas are, we can then evaluate, okay, is this something that I truly believe, or is this something that was imposed upon me? So that's kind of what the book is talking about when we talk about self domestication. I don't know where I'm going. I would like to see some theming, and I think I'm just on the outskirts here. Let's go back into the main part of the resort. An example that they gave in the book, this is interesting. I feel like as kids, we all remember, I don't know, like eating dinner or eating meals with our family, right? And everybody's family had different rules about, finishing your food or sitting at the table or like, no TV during dinner. Like there's all rules around like mealtime, right? And they talk about this in the book. Um, and they give the example of like a young boy who is told he must finish all of the food in his plate before he can go out and play or whatever the case may be. And that might resonate with a lot of you, right? But as he got older, he adapted or adapted rather that mindset of like I must finish everything in order to get rewarded and do something fun after I eat or whatever the case may be, even if your body is saying no, I'm not hungry anymore, right? And this is how people develop their relationships with food based on how they were raised. And it's not to say that that was necessarily a bad thing, right? That's what your parents were taught, and it's kind of trickled down to them, right? Or maybe you just needed to eat more. I don't know. But what we're saying here is they use that example to show that years later, you can have the same mindset, that same belief around food because of something that you were taught when you were younger. Good morning, Rosita. Hey, thanks for being here. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope everyone is having a wonderful Christmas season. Yes, well, it's cold here too. It's a little chilly here too. But Florida cold at this time of year is nothing compared to what's happening in the Northeast. All right. We got the Dalmatian section. I the Mighty Ducks, so that's why I was hanging out over there. But I wanted to make sure I showed you guys the Dalmatian section because this is so cute. Precious. Little photo op area here. Take a picture in the TV. So the ideas that were planted in us as children and even later on in life that we adopt, they don't reflect our preferred path whether it's your career, your relationships, your habits, whatever. Okay. It doesn't necessarily reflect who you are, right? It just reflects your environment, the environment that you were brought up in. And then, at the same token, not all domestication is bad, right? This is how we form our morals, our values, our belief systems. So it doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing, but again, it's more about recognizing and kind of tapping into, is this the belief that is serving me for my greater good? Is this something that's holding me back, right? Or does this, help to really show who I am deep down? So it's just more about becoming mindful about these beliefs and these habits that you have. All right. The duck pond pool. I love the Mighty Ducks. And I love that they have the little locker rooms over here too. So cute. So cute. And again, it mentions in the book, as long as you are making a clear and conscious choice about what beliefs you have adopted, right? And you're saying, no, this aligns with who I am, this aligns with where I see myself, right? You're making the choice. You're not in autopilot. All right, we're gonna keep going this way. Then we start to move into the idea of attachments. This is a very interesting part of the book that I was reading. Okay, so when you become attached to an object, an idea, or belief, you make it part of who you think that you are. Okay, so you can be attached again to those ideas and beliefs. You can also become attached to physical objects, which we all have attachments. We're not numb to this, we're not immune to this. It's just how we function as human beings. We have attachments. So, unfortunately, you will no longer see humanity of an individual who doesn't agree with you. You only see the personification of an idea that you stand against based on that person's attachment, based on your attachment. So that's why it's important to kind of figure out, okay, what are the things that I am unfortunately attached to? Because that, again, and we've talked about this, creates like the perception and the lens that you see the world around you in. So we're going into, is this sports? Is this music? I think it's music. Sports is at the end. We're right in the middle now. So we just came from movies. Yep. We're coming over to music. It just threw me off with the chess and the checkers. I'm like, that's gonna be considered a sport? Maybe? I don't know. It's a game. We have the Calypso pool over here. And yes, we can see that this is all-star music. I'm gonna do a nice little tour here. I do want to actually let me go in the lobby first so we can see all the Christmas decorations, and then we'll. Doing some landscaping here. Trimming the tree. No, we love the palm trees. And if you're new to my channel, you'll know in the morning, that's when all the cast members are hard at work making the resorts beautiful. So here we go. Lots of people are awake. I have to tell you, it's been very busy here at the stores with the holidays. more of a once these stores open, I do want to take you inside here too to get the Christmas merch. So nice. Let's take a look at the instruments. So or does anyone else decorate the pumpkins in any of the houses? I feel like this is way more intricate than the movies tree. So pretty. Oh, it's definitely a lot more in here than it was before. So I am so ready. Really cute. Still have yet to put my tree up. A little behind this year. A little bit. So pretty. With the audio or is it the video as well? Because I might have to turn off the Wi-Fi. Just want to make sure. I'm going to see if anyone else is having issues with that. What it could be is there's a lot of people using the Wi-Fi right now. So you have the intermission. Sound is glitchy. All right, let me see if I can. No. Let me just see something. Give me 1 second. All right. See, I took all the Wi-Fi. Let's see if that's better. Bluetooth too, because maybe it's trying to pick it. Let me know how we're doing. All right. So let's keep walking around and we'll see if the sound got any better. I just want to get some shots of the sky for the sunrise. I mean, it still looks gorgeous with the clouds there. But it's hard to see. Okay, so let me turn off the Bluetooth. Hold on 1 second. All right. Let's see if that's better. Sometimes it tries to connect to the Bluetooth device. All right. Hopefully, we're doing good. Yeah. I really want to get a microphone for this. That would be ideal. Maybe the sound would be enhanced, but we'll see. New things to come in the new year. Something that is very exciting to my locals or anyone that's traveling to Disney World and is going to want to have a little day of relaxation, whether you're staying at the resort or whether you're going shopping at Disney Springs. Um, I think it's always important to find time on vacation to pamper yourself. Like, definitely get some self care in there because, you're doing a lot of walking here at the Disney resorts. It takes a toll on your body, regardless of your age. So, if you are taking time for yourself and you want a little self care, you can head on over, whether you're taking your rental car or Uber because it's super close. You can go to Dr. Phillips Massage and get yourself a 60-minute massage. And the best part is, if you say my name, drop my name when you are there getting your massage, you will get your massage 60 minutes for $37.50 for 60 minutes. Are you kidding me? What a deal. So that's an option. You can also get a facial for the exact same price. Again, 60 minutes. Or I didn't even realize they had this, and I'm going to check it out the next time I'm there. They have a 30-minute like guided stretch that they do, kind of like the stretch zone places. And that, I believe, I wrote it down. It's cheaper. That one is $31.50. So if you wanted a little stretch after a park day. So those are some really amazing options. Again, if you're either local or down here visiting and you wanted to get some self-care in. Again, that's the Dr. Phillips Massage Envy. All you have to do is mention my name, Lauren, at the front desk, and they will give you that discounted price, which is amazing. It's better than Groupon. I don't think you can get that anywhere else, especially for the quality of massage. So throwing that out there. This is all-star music. Yes, yes, yes. How we doing with the sound? Does it sound better? Let me know. Unfortunately, this fountain is not on. That would have been lovely, but it's okay. Still looks good. Perfect. All right, we're going to check out this other pool area, and they also have another activities board we can check out as well because they have different activities at each of the resorts. Well, the family wellness, they still have the scavenger hunt, but they do have, I think it's, resort activities are different, and then they have different movies under the stars too. Okay, winter themed activities, Broadway buildings courtyard. They are not specific about the activities, but it's okay. All right, let's get back to the book. So again, we're talking about attachments. Becoming aware of your attachments is a big step in releasing their power over you. So again, we've talked about this, but if you're not aware of your attachments or you're not aware of something, it's going to be a lot harder for you to fix that thing. Right? Awareness is everything. It's the first step in making a change. Let's this way.
You requested them? Yeah.
More music. Heading our way. See some guitars over there. So, in identifying attachments and imagining their collapse, right? So, identifying it and kind of imagining it disappearing. We have to have that little, I wouldn't say manifesting, but visualization of releasing that attachment or letting it go, right? It gives you the opportunity to see the authentic self free from any attachment. So when you're able to, again, fully identify what are the things, what are the beliefs, what are the mindsets that I'm attaching or identifying myself as, you're able to see that and visualize that being released or collapsed, then your true authentic self can emerge. And they talk about basically like the ultimate truth of who you are is much greater than any item, any role, or any belief. We also get attached to the roles that we play in life, right? Like some people really, identify with their career and say, I am a teacher, like through and through. This is my job, or I am a doctor, and my job is to heal everyone and take care of people. And when that becomes your entire identity, it's hard to kind of be your authentic self because that is not the ultimate definition of who you are. You are much more than your career. You are much more than a mother or a father or a brother, whatever that role is that you are identifying with, that's just an attachment, right? And some people don't realize that these are, you can be attached to things like, um, a role or a job or a career. So again, becoming more aware of what are the things that I am identifying with in my life that really doesn't truly represent you as a person, right? Coming clear on that is truly important. And that's something we're going to talk about coming into January. I am doing my New Year, New Chapter 31-day program. So if you're interested in that, you can check out the link below. You can also send me an email and I can send you an interest packet. That's something you're interested in. And I will tell you that on December 13th, or December 13th is the cutoff for the early bird special. I have a few people that are already locked in with that program. If that is something you are interested in, please reach out and I can send you all the information. But it's a 31-day intensive program that you're getting for a very discounted price. After the 13th, the price will increase by $100. So you want to lock that in right now. I can talk more about that later, but that's something that's going to be addressed. We're going to talk about attachments. We're going to talk about the beliefs that we have and how to move away from those in 2026 because it is a new year. I am so excited. Lots of big things happening in my world, and I cannot wait for all of you to come on this journey with me. I'm very excited. Something that I invested in is making a shift. As some of you who follow me on Instagram know that I am a big gym goer, right? And I love my gym, Burn Boot Camp, obsessed. But at the end of this year, I am ending my contract with them so I can work privately with a personal trainer. We're going to focus on different things in the gym. We're going to focus on nutrition and some, like personal coaching as well. So I always say if it's something that you're paying for, it's something you're paying attention to. But making that investment is going to truly shake things up for me, and I'm really excited about that. So I practice what I preach. If you want to follow me on Instagram, you can go to Instagram and search for Learning with Law 55 and follow my journey there if you're not already. All right. We're moving into a new chapter of the book, talking about conditional and unconditional love. This is a very interesting chapter, and I'm looking at things a little bit differently. So, this makes sense, right? Hey, Rosita, you're so amazing. Love you so much. Thank you for that super chat. You're the best. Showing my love for the channel. Before I go, everyone have a great week. Hope to chat soon. Be blessed all. Thank you so much, Rosita. I appreciate you being here on the stream, hanging out with us. Hope you have a wonderful day. And thank you again for being so generous. You're the best. Hopefully I get to see you soon, Rosita. It's been quite some time. I like this quiet area back here. I'm like, ooh, nature, silence. I love it. Ah. Who said you can't go on a Disney vacation and also find some solitude? Look at this. Rosita getting all the compliments in the chat. Appreciate you. And I hope to see you on another stream soon. All right. We're just taking the scenic route, guys. I love it over here. This is nice. And then we're going to hop over to All-Star Sports because why not, right? 3 resorts for the price of 1 on this stream. We love it. All right, so let's talk about conditional and unconditional love. The moment you try to control others is the moment that you place conditions on your love and acceptance of that person. I never actually looked at it that way, and that was a little eye-opening for me. Because, I mean, I feel like a lot of people, right, we try to control things, and without realizing it, we try to control other people, right? We don't have control of other people. We can only control ourselves, our behaviors, our thoughts, right? So we're saying the moment you try and control someone else, that is when you are basically saying, I love you, but with these certain conditions, right? If you do this, I will show you my love. If you do this, I will be accepting of who you are, right? We're passing judgment, we're trying to control, and that is not the best way to be, right? It's love with conditions. So it's important to think about the idea of, again, coming back to that self-domesticating, right? When you do that, you are attempting to control your own actions, right? Without, we talked about, that person is not there to domesticate you, you're doing it. And you're doing this based on shame, guilt, or perceived reward rather than unconditional self-love, right? So you not only can love people conditionally, you can also love yourself conditionally. And that was a big eye-opener for me as well. Going back to like shame and the perceived reward or even people pleasing took me back to reading Brene Brown's books, right? Because she talks all about shame and guilt. So it's interesting that you can also just turn the mirror back on yourself, right? And say, okay, how I am treating other people, am I doing the same thing to myself, right? Or what I'm doing to myself, am I doing that to others? So kind of taking a look at it in different perspectives, right? Sometimes we're a little bit more generous when it comes to other people, or we treat other people better than we treat ourselves, or vice versa, right? But being aware that whatever you're projecting out into the world onto other people is probably a reflection of what you think about yourself. So just some things to ponder. How's the connection now? Because I feel like it looks fine on my end, but I want to make sure you guys are able to hear and see everything without it being glitchy. So these do look like movie posters, but they're Broadway shows, right? Because we're still in the music, all-star music. So this is showing, all the musicals that Disney had a hand in. It's super cute. But I want to get over to sports because I feel like it's a little bit more interesting than all-star music, in my opinion. Let's see. See, but give me some feedback on the quality of the stream, please, and thank you. And I don't know where I'm going. I think I have to go right. But again, I thank all of you for being here. Okay, perfect. So maybe it was the Bluetooth. I don't know. I have to remember to turn that off from now on. Thank you for your feedback, Captain Kirk. I do thank you all for being here today on this beautiful morning. Look at the sky. Are you kidding me? It looks like there was a rocket launch too. I'm all turned around, so I'm hoping. I think I have to go to the right to get to sports. Hey, Mark Mueller. Hope you're doing well on this beautiful morning. Yes, okay, I'm going the right direction. I see it. All right. Follow the sun. If you haven't already, hit that like button, please do. It's good karma. Putting positivity out into the world, it will come back to you. And I know there's a lot of people stressed around the holidays. We're all going through it. It's December. It's the year of the snake. So we're shedding a lot of things this year, things that we need to let go of, those limiting beliefs, maybe people that have been holding us back, whatever the case may be, right? You have to acknowledge, right, that maybe some things are not meant for you anymore. And that's okay. We're coming into 2026. It's the year of the horse. We're moving forward. We're prepared now. We're ready to take on life's challenges. I'm very excited for 2026. I've never been more excited for a new year in my life. And not that I had a bad year. It's just I have a lot of things that I'm looking forward to that I'm excited to get started. So I hope that everybody's on the same page optimistically. That's so weird. My voice fluctuates in volume. Okay. I don't know. Maybe I need to get a new phone. Or maybe something's in the speakers. I have no idea. That's very weird. We're coming into All-Star Sports. Here we go. This is me realizing I have a long walk back. I really should have tracked my steps. Hopefully it does that, even though I'm streaming. It's a lot of walking this morning. Covering a lot of ground. Wait. No. I thought it was sports because I saw the flags. We're back at movies. I'm losing my mind. Guys, I got spun around. Oh no. I really hyped up sports. I really did. Because I saw the flags, I figured it was racing. That's very funny. Oh, goodness. Well, the sunrise looks better over here, so I brought you to the sun. I'm just drawn to it. That's what happens. So sorry about that. That's too funny. Oh, boy. Well, at least I have more to talk about. All right. So, the voice in your mind, that's your narrator. It's important to know that that is not who you are, the voice in your head, because there's a couple different forms of that voice in your head. And they talk about this in the book. So, your self-domesticating narrator is basically the parasite. It drains your energy through negative internal self-talk. The parasite keeps you unable to see the truth of who you are and the potential you hold in your heart. We talked about this. If you are having those self-limiting beliefs, right, this is going to hold you back from different possibilities. How you see the world, or how you see success, or we talked about this last time, the idea of money and like how you were raised around the idea of money really does dictate the possibilities that are available to you in your life. Talk about decorating windows. Look at this. Wow, they did a great job. How cute is that? Very festive. Love that. Love it, love it. Oh, and they're awake. Let's give them some privacy. All right. So that's the parasite narrator, okay? Your ally is giving you positive commentary that inspires you to live, create, and live unconditionally. Now, let's get a better view of the sun. As a master of self, you know that neither voice is ultimately you. So it doesn't mean, okay, this parasite, that's not me. I'm going to listen to the ally. That's who I truly am, right? This positive voice. Neither one is who you are. Neither represent the whole of your authentic self, right? You are not that voice in your head. And being able to understand that these thoughts that you have are not you is huge. Okay. I'm going to talk more about that next time and what you can do to become more mindful and more aware of the fact that you are not your thoughts. Okay. Again, something that I'm going to focus on as we move into 2026 with my new program, new year, new chapter. It's a 31-day program. It's a great way to get you jump started on the year. I'm so excited that we already have some people that have committed to the program. It's going to help you get grounded. You're going to gain clarity and then step into 2026 with intention and confidence. The only requirement is that you select your one word before the program. We want to be able to move into the new year with our one word already picked out so that we can focus with the group coaching calls. We'll have a one-on-one coaching call as well to help set those intentions for the year. But there's going to be 4, yes, you heard that right, 4 45-minute weekly group coaching calls. For the price that you're getting, that's amazing. Like, am I crazy? What was I doing when I created this? And you'll also have 1 45-minute breakthrough session with me. Okay, you're gonna get a new chapter workbook that you can refer to throughout the program. You'll also have an optional add-on, a discounted, upgraded 90-day coaching package after the 31 days is over. If you want to continue with me, and that'll start in February. Right now, that early bird pricing is $199. Now through December 13th, the regular price is $299 starting on December 14th. So you want to lock that in before the 13th. Technically before the 14th, but let's get it going. If you sign up early, you'll also get your exclusive one-word exercise PDF. I'm going to be sending those out later this week to the people that are already committed, so I'm excited about that. If you want to know more about this program, more information, you can send me an email. If you're ready to jump right in, you can take a look at, I think I pinned it in the chat, maybe not, I don't remember, but it's in the description below, different forms of payment. You can go in and lock in your rate for the early bird special, or just send me an email, we can chat more about it. So excited. Look at that sunrise. She's beautiful. I want to thank all of you for being here this morning, for being intentional, for starting your day out on a positive note, for being open to new ideas, new ways of thinking. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. Make sure you hit the bell for all notifications so you'll be notified every time I go live. Generally, it's on Monday mornings this week. Sorry, threw a little curveball in there for you. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's LearningWithLau55, so you can see kind of how I live my life day to day, because I am not only talking the talk, I am walking the walk as well. Big things to come in 2026. Next week will be the one-word stream, so you can get a better idea of what it means to have a one word, what you're going to do in order to find your one word, and how to implement that as the year goes on. Again, that's going to be spoken about a lot more in my coaching program for January. What else? Another huge thank you to my Patreons. If you're interested in learning more about the Patreon program, you can go to patreon.com/learningwithlau or learningwithlau.com. It'll take you to the same place. You can also become a member on YouTube. Check out those memberships below. What else? If you want to pamper yourself, if you're local, if you're coming down on vacation and you just want a minute to yourself, you can go to Dr. Phillips Massage Envy and get a 60-minute massage, 60-minute facial just for $37.50. What a deal. You just have to mention my name and they'll give you the deal. Fantastic. I'm going back before I head to New York for Christmas, getting a facial. I need it. I'm very excited. If you do decide to go, get a massage, massage, go to Joy. She will bring the joy into your life. I'll tell you right now. I haven't had such a good massage in years, and she's fantastic. Hello, Debbie. Good morning. So that's my recommendation. But really, anyone that is at the Dr. Phillips Massage Envy, they are fantastic. But Joy's my favorite. Just saying. I'm gonna head back inside so we can check out the Christmas decor one more time and see actually if the shops are open so we can check out some merch. I'm doing fantastic. How are you, Debbie? I'm gonna take off my hat. It's a little hot now inside. It's warming up, thankfully. Yeah, the shop is open. Let's check. Why not? Got people running to the buses. Want to start their day. The most magical place. All right. Look how cute this is. Little Christmas sweatshirt for $69.99. My God. You can get some All-Star Resorts swag. Look at that. That's cute. Some more Christmas stuff. So obviously, if you're going to the Christmas party, you need these cute little light up. I don't know if there's one open. I don't want to pull the string. They light up. They're fun. Oh my goodness. Beautiful ornament. We have some hot cocoa. A little countdown to Christmas. What's this, a magnet? Oh my goodness. How adorable is that? Very cute. Very nice. Got some Christmas treats. Ooh, okay. That's adorable. And it's adjustable. It's really cute. Perfect for this time of year, honestly. What else? Oh my goodness, how precious is that? They got some good stuff this year. Really cute, really cute. And then they have the typical merch, obviously, but I like all the Christmas stuff. The lounge flies. What is this? Holiday light up. Okay. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. All right, let's head outside because I am sweating now. I really like this lounge fly though. That one's super cute for the holiday season. Well, that's it. That's a wrap. I want to thank you all for being here with me today on this beautiful, transformative Tuesday. I hope you all have a wonderful week. I appreciate you being here. Spread that positivity. Share the stream if there was something that you found super interesting or you wanted someone in your family or friend network to know about. Definitely share the stream. Make sure you're subscribed. We're going to go live next Monday. That'll be the one-word stream. You definitely don't want to miss that. Super powerful. Great way to start launching into 2026. Let's make sure we're not going to get by a car. Okay. Thank you for another great way to start the day. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you, Lauren, for another amazing stream. Hope everyone has a great week as well. Oh my goodness. It's good for the hair, this weather, though. I gotta say, hey, Glenn Ritchie. Afternoon. Okay. Ooh, maybe one more look at sunrise over there. We got the star, the whole star. Oh, so gorgeous. Thank you all for being here. Hit that like button. Spread some holiday cheer. Share that good karma. It comes back around. Remember, you are not your thoughts. Ooh. And you are meant to be here. Right at this very moment. Raise your hand. Star. Come on now. Hope you all have a fantastic week. I'll see you next Monday. Love you all. Bye-bye.